Hey guys, in this video, I will be telling you what every beginner in First C should do, to help them progress more and stuff. This will include the worst mistakes a new player could make, tips, guides, and more. So let us begin. Alright, so this mistake isn't really that bad, but it can seriously slow down your grinding. The mistake is following the compass, on the left of your screen. If you don't know how the compass works, basically, every time you reach a certain level, it goes red, and guides you to your next enemy/island. But now, here is the mistake, this compass can actually slow down your grinding. Here is how. So basically, some islands, such as the prison island, aren't good for grinding enemies, not bosses. Such as, the dangerous prisoners enemy in that island are very spread out, which makes it an annoying enemy to grind. But if you look at the enemy before the dangerous prisoners, they are not that spread out, and they are close to the quest giver, which makes them a better enemy to grind. To summarize this, if the enemies are spread out, have a long spawn time, and is annoying to grind with, go back to fighting the previous enemies. And also, there is a better grinding strategy for First C. Well, it is used in all of the Cs, but this strategy is best in First C. Take a look at this enemy, Chief Pretty Pirate, 225,000 experience, and spread out enemies. Now, take a look at the boss of this island, 415,000 experience, 15,000 money, and easy to defeat. Now obviously, in First C, you probably won't be able to one-shot the boss, but still, you just have to defeat one boss. The boss gives around 80% more experience, and 2x more money. Once you have defeated the boss, you just server hop. Now, instead of just leaving Blox Fruits and rejoining it for a new server, Blox Fruits actually added a server hopping tool. This will save you time, and make it easier to server hop. This strategy is known as boss hopping. This is one of the biggest mistakes that beginners do, and it is being a gun main. Now, most of the gun mains are probably fans of Usopp, the gun main, from the One Piece series, which is what Blox Fruits is based on. Now don't get me wrong, if you want to be a gun main, feel free to, no one will stop you. But if you want that fast grinding, being a gun main isn't really a good option, since normal attacks have bad AoE, and PvE. For other options, you can be a fruit main, or a sword main, both are fun and have a good playstyle. This is a very big mistake I see lots of beginners think and do, and it is eating legendary/mythical fruits early into the game. And also, this mistake is kind of divided into two parts, wasting your Beli/money on Blox Fruit Dealer, and using legendary plus fruits. Okay, let's start with why you shouldn't use legendary/mythical fruits as a beginner in First C. First of all, we have to take one obvious thing into account, legendary plus fruits are hard to obtain. And also, most legendary/mythical fruits aren't built for grinding. The skills also require lots of mastery, which isn't easy to grind in First C. Take a fruit like Buddha for example, even though no one uses the Buddha fruit for its skills, it's still a good example. All of the skills have like a 100 mastery gap. So yeah, legendary plus fruits require lots of mastery to unlock the skills, which isn't easy to grind in First C, and they are hard to obtain. Now for the second part, wasting your Beli, Blox Fruit money currency, to roll fruits. This is a mistake I sadly did when I was a beginner in First C, and it's wasting your Beli on rolling fruits. The main reason I did it, is because I kept hoping I would get a legendary fruit like Buddha or something. If you also did this mistake, you probably did it for the same reason as me. Now, if you only roll fruits every once in a while, that is fine, but I used to roll fruits whenever I had enough money. And that was a huge mistake, since chances are, you will probably get a fruit like Kilo/Spring. And even if you do get a legendary/mythical fruit, like I said in the first part, legendary/mythical fruits aren't good for grinding, and you're better off just storing the fruit. This is a very big mistake beginners often do, and it's using stat points on the wrong upgrades. If you're new to the game and don't know what stat points are, basically, every time you level up, you get 3 stat points. And you can spend these stat points on either melee, defense, gun, sword, and Blox Fruit. You get 7,347 stat points in total, which is enough to max out 3 of the sections. And also, it's basically obligatory to max out your melee and defense, which leaves you left to gun, sword, and Blox Fruit. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, lots of beginners put their stat points on each section. which is a huge mistake. You should only put your stat points into the style you main. For example, I am currently using a devil fruit, magma, so I put my stat points on melee, defense and blocks fruits. If you are a sword main, you would put your stat points on melee, defense and sword. The wrong way to use your stat points is by putting them on gun/sword, when you are a blocks fruit/devil fruit main. For the top 1 worst mistake to do, it is playing alone. Now this mistake doesn't affect your progress or grinding, so you might be wondering why I made this the worst mistake to do as a beginner. But, this mistake can cause you to quit blocks fruits. Here's how. So, if you just grind blocks fruits alone, without friends, you will probably get bored of the game. Since this actually happened to me, I quit blocks fruits at like level 50. I literally just traveled from island to island thinking this was some kind of adventure game, didn't know much about One Piece back then. But then, some of my friends gave me some good fruits and yeah, here are some of my friends who helped me progress when I was a beginner/noob. Alright, the point is, if you grind blocks fruits alone, you're probably going to get bored and quit before you reach second C. So yeah, make sure to play with friends on your blocks fruits journey. Anyways guys, that's the end of the video. Hopefully this video has helped you. If it did, make sure to like and subscribe. Anyways, bye.